Today, we are going to get into the architecture of a really powerful goal. We're going to figure out what separates the goals that actually launch us forward from the ones that just, sit there on a page collecting dust. We've all been there, right? You write down these big, ambitious, inspiring goals. They sound incredible in a meeting, but then nothing happens. They never actually turn into action. So what's going on? Why does this happen so often?
And here it is. This is the absolute heart of the problem. A goal that just states something you want, well, that's a wish. The thing that turns a wish into reality is structure. It's the difference between saying, I want a house, and having the actual architectural blueprint to build it brick by brick.
So here's our game plan. First, we're going to look at why even good goals fail. Then, we'll get into a really solid 3-pillar blueprint for building them right. We'll break down each of those pillars: the what, the why, and the how. And then at the end, we'll see how it all comes together in a kind of architectural masterclass.
Okay, so let's start with the number one reason good goals fail. They're just too vague. This is where so many great ideas just stumble right out of the gate.
But here's the thing. The solution isn't just about having more ambition. It's about having a better architecture for that ambition. And that's exactly what this 3-pillar blueprint does. It gives you the structure you need to turn a cool idea into something you can actually do.
And here they are, the 3 pillars that hold the whole thing up. First, you've got the description, which is your what. Then, the anticipated impact. That's your why. And finally, the measure of success. That's the how. You get these 3 things right, and you're building on solid rock.
So let's dive into pillar number 1, defining the what. This is the absolute foundation. If this part is fuzzy, trust me, the rest of your structure is going to be pretty shaky.
So the what is really just your high-level objective. Its job is to create instant clarity. Anyone, and I mean anyone, from a brand new hire to a senior executive, should be able to read this one sentence and know exactly what the mission is. Now, check out the language here. It's so precise. It doesn't just say improve, it says elevate. That's a strong active word, right? It suggests a real leap forward. And it tells you how, through proactive management. So you see, it's not just a statement, it's a tiny little strategy all on its own.
Okay, on to our second pillar, articulating the why. This is what separates a pretty good goal from a truly great one. The why is the fuel. It's the purpose that drives all the hard work that's going to follow.
The anticipated impact answers the most important question anyone's ever going to ask about your goal. So what? Why should I care? By connecting all that daily effort to a meaningful result, you're giving everyone a really compelling reason to be all in. And this is a perfect example of a powerful why. It's brilliant because it's not just about the company winning. It connects personal growth directly to the team's success. It says, when I get better, we all get better. Now that is motivating.
All right, and now for our final pillar, which is the how. This is the part that makes the goal real. This is what takes a big idea and turns it into a concrete, measurable target you can actually aim for.
Your measure of success is the proof. It's the tangible evidence that you did what you set out to do. There's no ambiguity, no gray area. It's just a clear finish line that tells everybody, yep, we did it. We succeeded.
And we're back to this idea because it is so important. Without a specific how, you don't have a goal, you just have a wish. This is the pillar that grounds your big dream in reality and makes it something you can actually track and achieve.
Now, the how can show up in a few different ways. It can be a hard number, a quantitative metric, like driving a 2 to 5% improvement. Or it might be activity-based, promising to do at least 1 review per customer. Or it could be as simple as a completion target, like finishing a certification. You either did it or you didn't. The key is that whatever you pick, it has to be specific and totally verifiable.
Okay, so let's put it all together now. This is the masterclass, where we can see what a really well-architected goal looks like when all 3 of these pillars are working together in perfect harmony.
And here it is, the finished blueprint. Just look at how this flows. The what sets that clear, ambitious direction. The why immediately ties it to a bigger business outcome. And the how gives you a specific, measurable target to hit. It's airtight. There is absolutely no room for confusion here, just a straight line from intention to result. So let's just boil this all down to your key takeaways. Think of these as the 3 golden rules for any goal architect. Number 1, start with the what to get that crystal clarity. 2, justify it with the why to get that motivation. And 3, ground it all with the how to make it real and trackable. And that brings us to the final question, the one I want you to take back to your own work. When you look at the goals you're setting for yourself, for your team, just ask yourself this one thing. Have I written down a wish, or have I actually designed a blueprint for success? Because that difference, that's everything.